Hey guys, Holiday Inflatable Fanatic, and today I have a one-of-a-kind video for you guys. Probably never another video like this will reach the channel, but in front of me I have none other than a prototype 2010 Freddy animatronic from Gemmy. I'm going to first start off this video by telling you the story on how I got this guy. So I picked up 3 props from Facebook Marketplace about like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was Ghostface, 2012 Jason, and then this Freddy. Guy had them listed for a little bit. They all needed a lot of work mechanically, and even Jason has like a board issue and stuff like that. A couple of things, but they all need a lot of work, and they were sitting on there for a while. Made the guy an offer. He accepted them. Pretty much, I got all 3 of them $200 each for each of them, which was, in my opinion, not really bad. I worked on Ghostface first, then Jason. They're both fully working. Jason, I'm just waiting on fixing one thing with his board. That's a slight audio problem. And finally, about a couple days ago, I whipped out Freddy to work on. He was the one in worst, I guess, condition out of all of them. So I wanted to work on him last because I knew he'd be the biggest project to take on. When I bought him, the guy had a couple photos listed and 1 video of it. And in the video, nothing mechanically worked. All 6 animations not working. The only thing that worked was the sound. And what was odd was the sound was actually the phrases from the 05 Freddy. So it had the original Freddy Krueger voice on it, rather than the 2010 from the remake movie lines from it. So I was like, in my mind at least at the time, I thought, okay, I guess someone must have worked on this guy, swapped the board out with an 05 Freddy board, maybe the 2010 board, the board it initially had fried on it or something like that. So nonetheless, buying it, I knew that something was up with this thing, where I had just initially thought someone put some work into it and like customized it or tried salvaging it with just parts that they had, like as I said, with an 05 Freddy board. Nonetheless, when I took it out, looked at it, looked around it, it's in rough cosmetic shape, as I said. Like, there's a rip in the mouth, jaw. The actual jaw mech is out of place. It's just loose inside the head. The arm mech, the gear for the arm is cracked. The big, like, 30-something tooth gear is cracked right there. So this is loose. Split gear in the fingers. Yeah, a lot of work nonetheless. But, when I took it out, obviously my first question was, what's going on with the board? So I took it out, opened it up, and lo and behold, I saw a red blinking light and a very special board attached to it, and it was an EEPROM. And for those of you who don't know, an EEPROM is the circuit boards and boards they use on prototype animatronics to make the sample programming for them. So I'll show you that in a minute, but I sent photos to some of my close friends who know a good amount of stuff with this stuff, and I was like, hey, is this what I think it is? And they were like, no way, and sure enough, it was. So yeah, by mere chance, mere coincidence, I was able to score a prototype Freddy Krueger for $200 on Facebook Marketplace. You can't make that stuff up. Really crazy luck here. And this is off topic, but I learned, as soon as this happened, I was like, I guess what goes around comes around, because I was literally the first life-size animatronic I got was a Freddy Krueger, and I ended up getting scammed on it. I sold it on eBay. The guy ended up pretty much stealing it from me. eBay refunded the money. He got the item. He never shipped it back. So I was literally out like $300, $400 that I bought him for, plus all the time and labor I put into it. And sure enough, now I just got super lucky with this guy. So it's like just kind of funny how things like that work out. How, something bad happens, but then it all comes back at the end of the day. But yeah, so first off, let me show you some of the key things with this. Or, before I go into that, let me tell you what we think this prototype is. So this prototype, from what we could tell, the entire body and everything about it is all a produced Freddy Krueger body, mold, everything. Molds are different, the face is the same, arms, everything about it is the same. So it seems like it's just a produced model that they used. What's different is the programming. That's the key thing about it. It's the '05 Freddy phrases, but it's programmed for the 2010 modeled prop. So the arm is programmed in, arm movement, the finger twiddling is programmed in, and head movement is programmed in. Now, I went with a meter on the board to see what is working and not, and those are the only 3 that we know of for sure that are programmed in. The other 3 that went to the eye movement, the mouth movement, and the waist turn movement, all of those just had steady current going to them, which either means A, they're not programmed in, or 2, the way the chip is just inserted in and the way it's wired up is just not done correctly. So the chip, in other words, has the programming in for the eyes, the mouth, and the waist turn. It's just not hooked up correctly so that those animations can move. But nonetheless, this guy is, before we get ahead of ourselves, this guy is sold. So he's going to a good home. He's going to a good buddy of mine. He's going to take really good care of this. But he's also going to do a lot of work on this guy. He's going to try to fix it mechanically. He's going to see what, programs it has built into the chip. See which movements are programmed into it. And if it has all 6 movements programmed to it, which we're pretty sure it does, hook it up that way so that all 6 movements can work. And he's pretty much going to restore it fully back to life with some of his friends. So I can't wait to see that. And I'm sure there's going to be a video down the line when that's all done. Yeah, we'll take it from there. But let me show you some of the things that immediately made me realize something was off with this guy. For one, right on the back of him, he has volume control right here. Hope you guys can see it. Yep, right here. If you guys don't know, all the licensed life sizes, or at least from what I know, none of them have volume control on them. So as soon as I saw that, and especially the way it was installed, it looked too clean and professional for it to be just some random collector who board swapped this thing. Second off, there were some odd things with it. One, the head obviously was tampered with as the mouth being out and the rip. But the head mech, none of the screws were in, and all the wires going to the head and the mouth were snipped. Literally just plainly snipped. So it makes us believe that when this guy was prototyped, he initially had all 6 movements programmed into him. And then when it was introduced to the stores or whatever, they were trying to make it more cheap and modify it with less movements for cost purposes. And that's generally what we think this prototype was. It says on the board it's 2013 or 2012 or something like that. So we know this guy they were trying to bring him back for 2012-2013 season. And it seems like they were trying to make a more budgeted version with this guy, because the prototype ended off having just head movement, the arm movement, and the finger twiddling movement as I described earlier. So it seems like they were just trying to make a version with a little less animation, less thrills to it, probably for maybe like a bigger box retail store like Kmart or something like that. And it had the '05 Freddy's programmed into it. Who knows if that would have actually been the case if it was actually produced. They probably would have gave it the 2010 ones, but who knew? Who knows? But yeah, that's what this seems to be. It seems to be 2013 prop, 2013 Freddy that they tried bringing back, just a little bit more budgeted, and it just never went through with whatever company they were looking to bring this to, or to whichever retailer. But yeah, so wires are snipped, even the head turn, you take it out, and all these screws were out. I didn't do any of this. Even the motor to the head turn The wires are all in there, but it's just simply not soldered onto the actual motor. And if you take that screw off, there is a motor in there. All the gears are in there. Everything you need is in there. It's just not hooked up. So it seems like they snipped it, they modified this thing as it went on through the, sampling process with whatever retailer was supposed to get it. And whatever happened just never ended up working out. So, yeah, the snipped wires, some of the cosmetic issues, and the volume control were the first flags that really popped up into my mind, where I was like, something seems more than just this seems like more than just a customized prop by a random collector. So let me turn him over just so you guys can see the bottom of the board, and I'll show you what I'm talking about with the EEPROM. All right, so here's the inside of the board. You can see this is just a typical produced board, but this is what's unique about it. Is that all this blue and yellow wiring goes to this wrapped little bundle of joy. And inside, if I take the tape off, which I did beforehand, it was glued onto the top, but in order to get more info, we had to take it off. Inside here, sure enough, the EEPROM. And it's actually not an EEPROM, it's an EHS or something like that. Has a little bit more storage. You can see it at the bottom. ESH, yeah. EMM, ESH, XA. And that's what has all the programming on this thing. Let me go back, wrap this up real fast one more time, and then I'll plug it in so I can run through the phrases. Alright, so I sprung him up. Let's plug him in. And we'll run through his phrases. You can see the volume control working, how it goes on and off. Alright, here we go.
Welcome to my nightmare. Tell him Freddy sent you. Oh, what's wrong?
So you can see
Have a nightmare? My knives are nice, but they look much better when they're in your stomach.
So I didn't want to interrupt in the phrase, but you can hear the motor for the arm and the fingers trying to work. The one for the head is active, but as I showed you earlier, it's just plainly not hooked up. So, but I'm sure if that's soldered on, which, my friend, once he has it, once I ship it out to him, will do, that should move easily, because from what I can tell, there's, the gears, the motor, everything's hooked up, it's fine, and, I don't even think there's a split in the head mech, so it should literally work as soon as he attaches it.
Your wish is my command. You're mine now, piggy. Trick or treat! Come here, little piggy. Freddy's got a treat for you. This Halloween will be the stuff that nightmares are made of. Come trick or treat at my house. It's over on Elm Street. I'll leave the light on for you. Halloween's my favorite time of year. Boom! I'm gonna split you in two.
All right.
Skin the cat.
So yeah, that's all the phrases. From what I was told, it has more than the 05 phrases, it has a couple more. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know the 05 ones by heart, because there's just so many of them. I mean, there's like probably 10 or so phrases on this one alone, and that one I think has a few less. But yeah, I mean, you can see what I'm saying with mechanically it's shot. Um, you know, um, once my buddy has it, he'll fix it up, get it mechanically working, and hopefully he'll be able to, from the chip, see if the programming for the eyes, the mouth, the waist is in there, and if so, hook it up correctly so that all 6 animations can work perfectly in sync with the audio. But overall, really unique piece, really great piece of Gemmy history and just Halloween history in general. Really, really cool. I wish I could see this thing fully working in person. It's a good thing I checked the board because I was going to go straight into starting to fix some of these things mechanically, like the arm, the finger mech, but I'm glad I didn't because, especially when it comes to a prototype, you want to keep the condition as best as possible, and sometimes when fixing it up and repairing things, things can break in the process. So I know my buddy, he has more experience than I do. I'm sure his will turn out as best as it possibly can, and for a piece like this, I don't care who does it, I just want it to turn out as good as it possibly can. But yeah, that's about everything. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know the actual demo is a little lackluster right now, but I just wanted to go through the story, kind of how we figured it out, some of the little things we noticed about him, what we suspect, this thing was prototyped for, and kind of what the prop was ideally supposed to be, because it's a little bit hard to tell right now what it was supposed to be, what the idea behind it was. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and keep an eye out for more videos on this guy, because there should be more to come, but from a different channel. And I'll be sure if when those videos get posted, I'll post them. I'll thread it in this comment section, or maybe I'll just post it for a community post on my page somewhere so you guys can watch the updates on this thing. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.